Slaughterhouse was a big deal for me.
Right.
To see y'all come together on that level, because y'all separately were all MCs that I was a fan of before. How did that arrive? How did that come together?
Man, the internet was booming, you know what I'm saying? Joe had
JoeButtonTV.com. The Slaughterhouse album has me in here like a fucking slave on Memorial Day weekend, and it's been that way for quite some time, but it's cool because I love my group. Yo, we got an album coming out. I can't even front. You from New York, I'm in New Jersey, he's in Detroit, Crooked is from the West Side. We can go put a map up and play darts and throw darts at the fucking map and end up there.
That he had the internet booming. I had the internet booming with the weeklies. Royce was dropping the bar exams, had the internet booming. Joel was on hip hop, doing all these little hip hop blogs and all this kind of stuff. He had it booming, and I felt like they was coming into my lane. I was like, damn, I'm running the internet right now.
Right.
And here they come. You know what I'm saying? So my man Nino Bless was like, yo, Joe got a song. He want a posse cut, but he wants somebody from the West on it. And I told him he should get you. Went to the studio, we did the song. The song was called Slaughterhouse. You know what I'm saying? And that was the birth of the group. The internet crashed when they seen all of us together.
Yeah, what? It's the boy Joel Ortiz. What's up? It's your man Royce the 5'9". Crooked Eye, California King, you know.
Best rap in the World Wide Web. Jump off Joe Beasy.
What's the line? I gotta hear how y'all say it. All right, we didn't say it. We don't have the way to say it. All we know is that.
All we know is Katy Perry kisses girls and she likes it, and Katie's last name is Holmes.
And she's an ill pop star on the cover of Katie Holmes. So we trying to end it to where it's like Katy Perry with us, and we'll go to Katie's home since she likes kissing girls. I'm an outcast, I don't need to rock, just to put my love below by a speaker box. The one.
Have Katie home screaming, take me home, and bring Katy Perry. We all get in our crazy zone. Still not in there.
I know you didn't want to do that.
I'm just worried about the line. That line is too dope.
I know, my speaker box, the one.
See, I'm an on-stage rock star. Chloe on a car dash. Go back. See, I'm an on-stage rock star. Chloe on the car dash.
On the all-star.
So we Travis stumbling out the telly in a torn bra.
Dribble on my balls in the whip, now that's a sports car.
Can't see him when he drive by. Have all the ladies going gaga. Me, I'm more mellow, so I'm looking for a la-la.
You sure I want a horror, the boring young jaja.
The one, I don't need the rock, so I can put my love below by a speaker box. The one, ain't big, trying to kiss my wife. And baby, don't make Katie's on, baby, it's the life.
And it was just like, it felt like magic again. And we dropped that in same response. So I say the fans kind of made and created Slaughterhouse. It was like, oh, they like to see us rapping together. Let's do a group.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we did the group, man, and dropped the first joint on E1.
Slaughter is not a good kill. Yeah. A good kill is rifle, snipe, you're dead. Slaughter is, oh, yeah!
I would like to do 2 records, Pump It Up not being one of them. But I will do Pump It Up if we all do it correctly. All of us. I'm doing the line.
Some dance moves.
Y'all got to be here with me.
Right.
Because after the line, I'm doing, oh, oh, and on the last oh, I'm jumping back.
I think when we first started, we didn't do a whole lot of thinking.
I'll show you.
He left-handed, so left. I want to do it this way.
The booth over to the side, selling Slaughterhouse merchandise. You can get the same t-shirts the niggas is wearing. You can get motherfucking watches. You might be able to get a bad bitch if your game is tight enough. There's some over there.
It had been a long time since any of us had been on major labels. So when we went in and we did all of the first music, everything was just a vibe. It was just a feel.
From what I hear, M bought a couple copies and was just like blown away. You know what I'm saying? And was like, yo, we need to talk to these guys. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we ended up on Shady.
I try not to look at what's different about the major label. I try to look at what's different about me. I'm just a lot more knowledgeable, a lot older, just a lot wiser, and I'm more in tune with my career and where I want to gear it and where I want to lead it. So it'll be different.
I'm looking forward to just doing what we all do. You know what I'm saying? Which is rap. We're not really thinking about, you know, the machine behind the music we make. We just solely focused on making the dope music.
A lot of people didn't want to deal with me when I got off Death Row because they felt like, yo, Suge gonna hop out the closet or something, you know. They was like, something is gonna go down. So a lot of labels and distribution companies and venues, they wouldn't work with me because I had that stigma on me. But
we signed our deal with Shady. It turned into this environment where it was just like everybody turned into a chef. It was like everybody in the kitchen was a cook. Everybody wanted to start the records. Everybody wanted to. It was like now too much of our brains started being involved. We started looking at the criticism. Will they be able to make songs for the radio? Will they be able to live up to the hype of being signed to Shady and making songs that can be commercially viable? And then, you know, we started making a lot of single type of sounding songs.
Real excited about the video. Syndrome is an awesome director. He directed Fast Lane for me and Marshall.
Although inside joke is how hardcore fans are gonna receive this and call me Hollywood.
Here we go. Fried business. Here we go.
Oh no. They're gonna make that a gift. They're gonna gift him. You're gonna be all over every website for that 2 seconds, Tucker. It's gonna do it. It's gonna keep rewinding. Like, yo, what? I'm done, yo. It's over. We know our fans.
You know what it is? Like, we have the kind of fans and followers that they ride for the underdog. And in this video,
we don't look like underdogs. Yeah, and they probably not gonna feel that too much.
We came with Welcome to Our House. And you know, a lot of people felt like it wasn't the right thing for Slaughterhouse, the first Shady release. So M backed up and said, "Okay, you guys go to New York and make the album how you want to make it."
Right.
We had an album, Glass House. It was done for the most part. You could have made an album out of it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we said, okay, now what's next? We have to go out and promote this together as a group now. And people like, oh, I don't got one member. I don't have no time to do it this summer.
And the name of the album when it drops, do we have a name?
Glass House.
Glass House. What's
Sure about that?
We may change it, I guess.
So there's some unsettled things with the Slaughterhouse Glass House maybe album, because maybe the title may change.
Well, you know what happened, man? We went public and said we were calling it Glass House, and right when we were about to go on tour, we ended up having to cancel the tour for like behind the scenes reasons. So it's been getting dragged out and the date's been getting pushed back. That's when I got sober. So that very first tour, I couldn't go because I didn't feel confident enough being out there that soon. I didn't feel like I would be strong enough to be out there without drinking. So
You ain't gonna drink that whole bottle, Patron.
I'm gonna drink the whole fucking bottle, Joe.
That bottle is bigger than these little bullshit punk. Where that little bullshit bottle this nigga drinking up?
Hey, Joe, hold on. Put your expensive camera up on me. Put your expensive camera up on me.
He had enough. What you mean?
Son, go get the bottle.
He had no nothing.
Ask him how many D you had.
Yo, I do enough for everybody.
No, you ask him.
Hey, Ron, tell the motherfucking camera how many DUIs you recorded.
Look, I got 3 DUIs, and I just got a driving while license suspended while I was at the crib. But on top of all that, God damn, I'm an alcoholic.
I got the guys on the phone and told them how I felt, and they supported me. So that's why that tour didn't happen. So we just kind of tired
of
you know
the,
what I mean?
of
so
the
just,
political shit.
Yeah, you know, things
and it
happen.
happens. Shit happens.
Things happen.
None of you said the exact album date either for the Slaughterhouse.
I don't think they have an exact album date.
We still mixing the record. Justice still mixing the record, so we'll figure that out after that.
After the Slaughterhouse project, will there be more, or you guys take it instance by instance.
I got a public service announcement. I'm no longer a part of Slaughterhouse. I'm no longer a part of that collective. It ain't no beef. It's all love. I wish them dudes nothing but success. I mean that. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no problems with Shady. I love Shady. You see what I'm saying? Paul, M, Tracy, Mark, everybody. I love them. What they do for me and what they continue to do for me, I'm very appreciative. I've been sober for 2 years. Let me tell you a secret. Sober Crook likes to rap. Group ain't rapping no more. And that's fine. It was fun while it lasted. Glass House, I have no clue. All I can tell you, it exists. You know what I'm saying? If it come out, I'll retweet it. Other than that, it's all love, you know what I mean? Everybody who supported me in Slaughterhouse, thank you. Hope you continue to support me as I continue to do what I love. I'll have some more bars for y'all to bust down soon. Peace.
I want to talk about Slaughterhouse because there's a lot of, including myself, people that really feel like the Slaughterhouse saga was unfinished. You know, I know there's a Glass House album that was pretty much completed but never released, right?
Where we had left it about 2 years ago, there was definitely enough songs to put an album out, but for the most part, it wasn't a complete picture because everybody wasn't on the same page. From that point, everybody started branching out. Royce went and did his album, Prime. Like, everybody started doing their own kind of solo shit.
I mean, that was like the first verse to start off the album.
Y'all should stop him. Just put it out. You can't just put it out.
I mean, I wish we could.
Yeah.
I wish we could.
Who has the rights to that? Who makes that decision?
Well, we signed to Shady, so we did it. We did it with Shady, and then Joe just decided, I don't want to do it with Shady no more.
So Slaughterhouse is an open letter, if you will. It feels like it's very direct, speaking to
M.
Speaking to Eminem.
M. Yeah.
And people thought it was a diss of some sort to M.
Well, it's because people are retarded. So that record was originally a diss record, Marshall.
Joe Budden shit is fucking trash. I've never gotten a fucking interview and been like, Joe Budden shit is fucking trash.
All Fred Jones had to say was,
I think Coolsville sucks.
In light of the city's...
How do you describe your relationship with Joe Budden?
I mean, listen, me and Joe Budden aren't, you know, we're not friends like that. We're not like, we didn't go to the same fucking high school or something, you know what I'm saying? So I get that part. But when I'm out here flying around to different places and doing interviews and trying to use my platform to pump up Slaughterhouse every chance I get, and you're using your platform to fucking trash me.
Joe has a certain vision from a business standpoint of where the group should go.
Yeah.
I disagree with that.
Got it.
Crook disagrees with it. Crook made an announcement that he was leaving the group.
I remember that.
That's what started
set
all
it
this.
up, right, right.
For anyone who was confused on the stance of Joe Budden, because I think I'm pretty consistent, and I don't think it's changed very much over the course of the last fucking 20 years. I don't think anybody at a major label helped me at all, ever. 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 That has not changed from 01 to now. How Joe Budden feels about major labels is well documented. I feel like they have all done nothing but rob me and appropriate some great creative shit. Plenty of people had shit to say regarding Slaughterhouse and Shady. Joe was just the only vocal one. So then when Joe retires and takes a fucking news job, who hangs his hat on fucking integrity and honesty like he has his whole career, you cannot be surprised when Joe is not acquiescing to his rap relationships. There are no rap relationships.
It's trash. One of the worst songs I've ever heard. I don't care if the content is great. That is great content, but M is always going to provide great content because he's one of the best wordsmiths to ever live. I'm putting that to the side. This is one of the worst songs I've ever heard, and it's giving me a real bad taste about some other things.
When Joe did his revival criticism, you know what I'm saying? See, I knew something that the public didn't know. I knew that there was something there that Joe had an issue with the label and M already. So when I heard the criticism, I knew Joe kind of crossed the line.
The track list, without the benefit of the doubt, appears to be utter garbage. That's what it looks like.
Joe is very skilled with communication.
Hey, how the fuck did this happen?
Very skilled.
Bro, Joe, you text me a set of eyes, bro. After me and Crook put the our logo up, you text me a set of eyes. What the fuck is that?
Well, see, that's just the thing.
He would have just said, yo, this ain't for me. I don't like it. If things were good at Shady in his mind. When I saw what he said about M's music, I knew that there was something else there that he might have needed to sit down with M and communicate.
So for this shit to look like this, I'm putting this on somebody in his fucking team. Because this is disgraceful. This is disgraceful. I hate it. I hate it. Change this fucking cover. Change the fucking tone of this album. Change all this shit.
You might not have liked it, but we all know you kind of went over the line.
The part that Royce fails to mention in rewinding, and the part that you wouldn't mention if you just weren't watching the show on a regular basis, was exactly how many times I either A, avoided an Eminem topic, or B, reserved judgment until the album was released.
Because I myself got attacked by Eminem fans because people
you're
like,
nobody.
No, because people like you have voiced the opinion that Eminem is beyond critique.
Not true.
Dick ride the motherfucker
All
so
right.
hard, he's beyond
Can you
critique.
see
That's
or
not
agree
true.
with? What do you think
He's
about Vince's
beyond
point
critique
here?
from you.
Beyond critique from
But
you.
not
He's
from
beyond
Vince.
critique from you.
Privately too, amongst friends, you were avoiding it.
Yeah, not even on the camera. Like, niggas, it seemed like everybody was trying to paint me into some corner. Ah, come on, this shit's trash. You can't defend it. I refused. I just would not do it. Let me point something out here. I also was the very last person to say that that track list looked trash.
Wow. This album's bad. It's really bad.
It's you, and you clearly admit you're biased. So, I mean,
I am biased. That's statement number one because I'm honest. Statement number two is Eminem raps better than everybody that's critiquing him.
Say it ain't for me. I'm not crazy about it. Whatever. But to be the worst song you've ever heard in your life, have you listened to your own shit?
Boy, am I glad this day is finally here. Because it allows us to be truthful finally. Boy, I love when the gloves come off. I love when we could stop dancing around respect. Emma's putting out music, it's trash. He's telling us it's trash. That's also on the album. Him, first song, him saying, yo, I maybe could have said the Trump shit a little differently. Hey, same thing I said. Why am I getting dissed? Right. Emma's on the album saying, hey, Revival, it wasn't really the greatest. Hey, same thing Joe said. Why is Joe getting dissed?
And the way that it was crumbling from internally, I just didn't like it. So I started going around talking to Paul Rosenberg, you know, and M, and trying to piece it back together. But I was getting resistance.
The Slaughterhouse issues predate my media career, and everything I'm saying in media I've said as an active rapper.
Who messed up Slaughterhouse in your opinion?
If I had to keep it 1,000 with y'all right now, management. And I'm gonna be that guy that takes it from that perspective.
Okay, Brady, how did management?
A lot of representation, a lot of ideas, a lot of chefs in the pot, a lot of my guy is the guy after this. You know, a lot of my guy is the guy during this.
Every single thing that we disagreed on as a group, we took votes. If you got outvoted, you got outvoted. You know how many times I stood up? Yo, they had us trying to scoop up some ice cream in New York one time. A meet and greet at an ice cream shop, right? I said, man, I'm not scooping no motherfucking ice cream. That shit is crazy to me. They told me, yo, you wildin'. I'm like, dog, what the fuck are we doing at an ice cream shop? Let's hit the streets. You know, I wanted Dre to be involved with the project. I asked M, yo, what do you think about getting Dr. Dre involved with the project? I was outvoted. I was outvoted.
Sometimes when the songs came back, verses were missing. It's 4 niggas in the group. You want an M verse, that's 5 niggas. All these niggas rap. Somebody's verse had to go. Imagine that competition in the studio racing to the booth. When the verses came back, it was normally Joe's verse cut. So if that wasn't bad enough that you can't hold your own music, every time we had to go do 5 or 6 more songs, it was always Mad Eminem beats. They were horrible.
Because to me, the beats were crazy on that album. And only thing I did was added my little touch of like sprinkling music in these tracks and mixing them to try to bring out, you know, the production a little bit.
They were horrible fucking beats.
I've said it to you a lot about that
No,
album.
I've said it in sessions.
They were bad fucking beats, man.
Yeah.
Regardless of who's totally at fault, something ain't get done right on the business side.
So you're saying each artist had their own manager, and,
Yes.
all of those managers played a role, including M's manager?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's manager has had a partner.
I think somebody somewhere made a lot of money. I don't think it was you, and I don't think it was me.
Who made
Nor
it?
do I think it was Riss, and nor do I think it was Joel. That's
So that's
wait,
your
let me
fault.
finish. That's thought A. in
That's
my-
one of your
Let me finish.
problems.
That's thought A in my very psychotic brain. Thought B is nobody made money, and the geniuses that I think Em and Paul are really, really mismanaged our brand. I don't think it's because they tried to do that or because they were malicious. I think the same thing I thought then when I was jumping up and down, screaming and kicking and having meeting after meeting with my brothers. Let me
You
finish.
gotta stop that.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
I can't let that rock.
But it's true.
It's not, Joe.
I said,
It's
and
not.
I quote, and I repeat, we are not him. Is that true or false? Is that true or false? Please, before you continue.
Can I?
And then we approached it like M.
Like we're
But we
Eminem.
ain't M.
Right.
Are you crazy?
Right. Yeah.
So you end up in the studio and you like, what we gonna do? What music are we gonna rhyme over now? Everybody knows that we're on the shady platform. Do we attempt to make records that are stadium and put your lighters up?
Like I'm
Do
not
we-
afraid. That sort of stuff that Em does.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
Or do we stay here and, I mean, bar everybody to death on this platform? If we decide to do that, do we not show growth? There was questions and stuff like that, and management made a couple of those calls. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if they were right.
Wait a minute. You got the nerve to be shouting out all these niggas on your fucking album, and you don't never shout out none of the niggas that you signed? How you really feel about the niggas that you've signed, M? Let's talk about it. You don't think it's odd that you've said my name more as adversaries than you did when I was there? You don't find it odd? You don't think that looks like you not into the business of shady? You into the business of shady?
I don't know if they were right, because I look back now and I'm just like, damn, Welcome to Our House could have been insane.
Could have been insane.
It could have been insane,
And then
bro.
y'all started another project, right? That wasn't all the way complete. I was asking them about that.
Man, I don't know what the hell is going on, man. Like,
So we'll never see that Glass House album, probably, as far as you know.
I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I want to just make it clear, though, that aside from the Joe shit, I think that Slaughterhouse is one of the best rap groups ever to ever happen.
We get to Amsterdam, we've got an entire day to do absolutely nothing but perform. Here comes Eminem calling on the bat phone. A verse apparently needed to be done immediately. Normally I would have a big attitude about this, but when Eminem says it, it's probably a good idea to go do it.
Probably a good idea to go do it without an attitude.
Yes, yes. It's probably a good idea to go be happy about doing whatever the fuck you gotta go do. So I happily went.
My man Halim found the studio in Amsterdam last minute.
Love Halim.
Yeah, Joey went right in there, banged the verse out in 2 hours. Marshall was happy with the verse, and everybody's happy.
If you
Whatever you need, anything we need to do, ready to do it. Help us help you help us. Help us help you help us.
I don't think the label cares about us at all. I think we're a passion project. Right. And here we are, but it ain't really about us. And then magically I just started watching what was happening.
We kind of contractually still signed to Shady, but Joe and M had beef for a second, like not real beef, but you know what I'm saying? Like words back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Shady's not going to move, in my opinion, on anything that has Joe Budden's voice on it. And Joe ain't gonna put his voice on nothing that got a Shady logo on it.
We gotta get out of here. We gotta get back to our sound. We gotta get back to us. We gotta get back to owning our shit. We gotta get away from this nigga. That might be a hard sell to these three.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
To a lot of people.
My former manager we were at odds at that time. It was, you know, he's not a solid dude anyway. And he saw that Q-Tip took a particular liking to me.
Uh-huh.
You know, like, you know what I mean? Like he just you cannot control energy.
Right.
Yeah.
If you vibe with somebody, you vibe with somebody, that's it. You understand? So, you know, Q-Tip, like, come to this Kanye, listening with me, but Joel, you know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 whatever. We was, you know, camaraderie was there, whatever. And then I found out that Q-Tip got magically fired from the project.
Who fires? You can't fire Q-Tip magically. You fired yourself from Q-Tip. Whoever did that.
Crazy.
Why?
Crazy. Because like I said, like we were at horrible odds, and you know what I mean. Like it was just like anything that's making Joel happy.
Let's not do it.
And I had to be there with him because he's an employee at Shady.
Your ex-manager.
Yeah.
How the fuck?
Yeah.
Whatever tension exists between me and my brothers solely exists because how all of us view M.
Well,
I just thought that the group could do better without him.
Mm.
I thought that we were better than him. I thought we didn't need him. And I thought that we could get paid from a very powerful brand that we created.
Royce wanted everybody to come to Heaven in Detroit, his studio, and do some joints for Glass House. And we all scheduled it, said, all right, we'll be there. You know, this was some years ago too. And I flew out there and I was the only one that showed up.
Wow. We on the conference call talking about doing an EP and you saying how many songs?
You said how many songs?
You fucking right I said how many songs.
Said
and
6
everybody
songs.
just dropped everything they was doing to go record an entire album that a label didn't pay for, crook. Why do you keep skipping
Why would
this
they
stuff?
pay for something that you're not going to commit to promote, bro? I'm like, what's going on? Where's everybody at? So I called Joel, where you at? And he's like, oh, crook, man, you down there? I should have called you before you jumped on the plane. Joe told me he wasn't going, so I didn't get on the plane. I figured if he not going, well, it's a waste of time. And I said, but why did he say that? And he's like, I don't know. He just said he wasn't going at the last minute. And I was like, wow. So now here I am in Detroit. It's snowing like a motherfucker. It's cold as shit. And I'm standing outside smoking a fucking cigar with fucking snowflakes on my beard and shit. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do now? You wouldn't even tweet the shit half the time. You think that they trust you. You think Shady Records trust Joe Budden to promote the album. We gotta make sure that the album is what it is and then put it out.
You're not saying the man that has made his entire career of social media engagement would not engage with our album on social media, are you?
I'm absolutely saying that promotional materials was not being tweeted out from your account. Absolutely. We got email threads about it. Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Absolutely.
this has been a special edition.
Slaughterhouse had bad fucking business. You agree?
Slaughterhouse had horrible business.
Slaughterhouse is something that we knew there was a time limit to it. We knew it because we were all solo artists before. And I feel like we stretched it longer than any other group that ever tried to do what we tried to do. Think about it. You got the Four Horsemen, Jay-Z, Ja Rule, and X, they never got a chance to do theirs. Anytime guys try to form like that, they never gave it 2 albums. We did 2 albums and 2 mixtapes. We did a lot, and I think I'm happy with what we did with it. If we never do anything again, I'm happy with what we did.
But as I sit here today, you know, I start feeling like we still need to have some closure. And I haven't said this on anybody's nothing, you know what I'm saying? We need closure. I think we need to put another Slaughterhouse album out.
The fans would definitely love it, but you know just as well as I do that you can't do it for the fans. If you was doing it for the fans, you wouldn't, they would be doing it.
You know what? I'll be open, you know, to saying, okay, is there a way that we could give the world one last Slaughterhouse album?
It took it a sec for me to accept that next time I'm on a road, won't be no Crook, won't be no Royce, won't be no Joe.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, the ending of a chapter, that's all.
That's all it is.
That's it.
It's a hard thing to just let go. Man, we put our soul into it, man. You know what I mean? So we stayed around each other. We were around each other for at least 5 years straight. Damn near every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's tough to just be like, one day just be like, well, fuck it then, it's over. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you care.
Yeah, it's a lot of emotions. Especially with a project that sat there. You know what I'm saying? Like an unfinished business kind of thing.
Yeah, and it was the music. I had an attachment to the music, but I got an attachment to the people.
I wouldn't change getting in the Slaughterhouse, you know what I'm saying? Even though we kind of got separated and we in some sort of a limbo with Shady Records right now, you know what I mean? I wouldn't change that, you know what I'm saying? I learned so much in that group, and you know, I experienced way better times than bad times. So
the second I stopped rapping, there were vast improvements all around my life. That don't come for me to say, all right, let me get back in my Joe bag and do what Joe wants to do.
But I can't always read everybody. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't read Joe all the time. You know what I mean? The things that I found out after the fact that he had issues about, I wasn't always able to put those things together. You know what I mean? Like I
probably wasn't able to express them correctly either.
Yeah, because I mean, things come out in anger. You know what I mean? Things come out while we arguing about something else. They don't always resonate the same. You know what I mean? It's like,
I have nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I found out that I was a fucking alcoholic through rapping. You know, like I literally like adopted ideologies and a lifestyle that was supposed to kill me, like was designed to kill me. I'm not supposed to be here, you know what I mean? So like, I don't sit around and trip about shit like the limelight, you know what I mean? Like the limelight almost fucking killed me.
You think Slaughterhouse should do another album? So much more music was supposed to come out of us for, man. Right. I know it in my soul and my spirit, you know what I'm saying? It's the reason that the conversation never stopped. Right.
That was 8 years ago, and people still talk about Slaughterhouse to this day. My thing is, within that 8 years, if we would have just let go of 2 more records, 3 more Slaughterhouse joints, y'all gotta mention us with Wu-Tang, NWA, Public Enemy, Outkast, because at that point, we got the body of work. Niggas know we got the talent to be mentioned in the same breath with them. Right. You know what I'm saying? But we don't got the body of work as a group. If we got 6 albums out, now we can come to that table and say what's good. You know what I'm saying? And get put in those hip hop historic books that we wanna see. I'm a culture nigga, man. I love the culture. Right. When I grew up, it was about, yo, I'm gonna be just like them. I'm gonna be up there with them.
Hey, but would you want to put Glass House out, or would you want to grab what we consider to be the timeless gems off of there and add something new, or just come all new? I like to get in the studio, us 4, and then ask that question you just asked again. Word. You know what I'm saying? Because we always answer in these questions. I usually bow out of this conversation, as you know. Everybody know I don't speak on it because I'm just like, man, I want the universe to work on it. But we always answer in this question apart. I want to get around my niggas again, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. there was a part of my life where y'all were my brothers.
I was excited that you brothers were together recording, putting something out during the pandemic. I was excited that I was able to hear y'all voices during all this cop trauma that's going on out there. Like, with so many things weighing heavy on our hearts, it was good to get something to make you feel good. And I have to tell you, gentlemen, that this made me feel good.
Joe coming up out of retirement would have been fired too, nigga.
Right. I did not receive a phone call. No one asked Joe. You and Crook went on your own accord and did a house or slaughter project. You didn't call me. You didn't call Royce. It was sneaky, but I'm supporting it.
Royce don't want to break up the original squad. And I mean, me personally, I don't either, though. But I know Royce, he just like, nah, it's just more of an impact when it's all four of us. You know what I mean? So it's some things to talk about, but we still all got love for each other. And right now, Royce is producing. Right. So I feel like, yo, this is the perfect time for Slaughterhouse to reemerge and reunite, because Royce, he got the beats on deck. We could just go to Detroit to his studio and we can knock everything out and be straight. You know what I'm saying? I think Joe will get in there. I think he'll get in there.
Whenever it is time for me to strap up some boots, I'm just flying to Detroit to record with Royce. Yeah. As soon as I get down there and just spend a couple hours down there, get the right pizza, you know the vibe down there. Yeah. Then we back. That's it. Crook think that I'm about to hop on a track with monsters just off the 3-year retirement form. Like, Crook got mad LBC bars to try to serve me up when I get back. No, nigga, I'm going to practice, bitch.
I see. Hey, but guess what, though? When you say you got to practice, Joe, that's fine. But Kobe didn't practice without the team. Well, sometimes he did. But come fuck with the team. Go to Detroit. I'll meet you down there. Joel meets you down there. We all practice together.
Yeah, you might receive a phone call like next weekend. Whatever weekend I ain't got my kid, I just want to come down there. I want to check my guys, want to hang out. Royce make beats. He going to have a whole bunch of beat packs there like he always did, and just see what the fuck is going on out there. Listen, thank y'all. And listen, we'll talk off the air, but I'm serious about the Detroit trip. If you gentlemen are free, please feel free to join me. We'll have a blast.
Yeah, you guys should do that Detroit trip, man.
I had an opportunity for the whole group, Slaughterhouse. And, you know.
Let's give us the timeline. How long ago was that?
This was in August.
Okay. August of 2021.
August of 2021, I had an opportunity. I felt it was a good opportunity for where Slaughterhouse is today. You know what I mean? We kind of dropped off the scene as the streaming era took off. You know what I mean? Our last album was in 2012. That's 10 years ago. I spoke to a couple other guys about it, and it was brought back to me that Joe didn't think that was a good opportunity. You know what I mean? He didn't want to do it. But I went back to the label and I was like, yo, what could you offer us for just us three? You know what I mean? Because Joe is retired and he doesn't seem interested in this deal right here. And they were like, yo, we rock and roll with you. Let's do it. You know? And so when I brought that to Royce, he was like, nah, you know, Slaughterhouse needs to be all four of us.
See, I said I'm retired to the fans. To you, I was truthful and said, hey, just not over there.
When we were on Shady and we were at that standstill with Shady Records, you actually said you're not rapping on Shady Records. So Paul hit me, and he just was like, yo, like the possibility of doing a 3-man shit, I'm just letting you know that I'm open to that possibility if you are. And I told him no thank you, but I appreciate the offer. And he was like, cool. And we were all cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So now, fast forward all these years later, when Crooked came and he put the humongous bag on the table, he said, where are your thoughts at in terms of doing the 3-man situation now, like today, present day? And I was like, my thoughts haven't really changed on it.
I told Royce, I said, Royce, we're not going to go back and forth with Joe. And let's be clear, everybody know I love Royce. I said, we're not going to go back and forth with Joe. Tell Joe to call me. Joe tell me whatever he want in the paperwork, and he can have it. I'm giving everybody 48 hours to call me.
Okay.
48 hours went by, Royce hit me. Yo, what's going on? That's when I said, yo, this is what's going on. I got this deal. It's It's a great opportunity for us. There's ownership involved. You know, we're gonna be able to do our thing, roll it out how we want to roll it out. Everything is laid out. You know, we good. All right, we just need to all get on the phone. So he calls Joe.
Just in case Joe decides that he doesn't want to rap, because you know Joe kind of back and forth. And I was like, well, have we been on the same conference calls and Zoom calls? I mean, because nothing about the way that Joe's been moving says that he's not gonna rap. But I was like, let me talk to Joe and just see what he's talking about. So I went to you, and you said you with it. I just got a couple questions about the way that the business is gonna be done, and I took that back to Crooked. And he said, you know, in all fairness, you know, Tony may not want to do business with Joe because of business dealings that they had in the past. And I said, well, Tony doesn't get to determine who's in and who's out in Slaughterhouse. That's not his decision to make.
Joe calls Joel, man, what's Crook doing on Twitter? He got everybody in my telling me to call him.
Yeah, right.
Well, he got this deal, Joe, and yada, yada, yada. Well, I don't want to do the deal, and I don't want to be the one to shit on Crook right now about this deal. So I'm gonna think about it, but I'm gonna call Crook in a couple hours. He wanted me to wait on Joe again, and that's what hurt me. That's what hurt me. He wanted me to wait on Joe again. You know how long we've been waiting on Joe? I've been on phone calls waiting on Joe years ago. And now it gets to the point where Joe don't even have the decency to call me back because he think he got a bag.
You making it nastier than it needs to be because y'all afraid to just be like, I wasn't fucking with it, right? You wasn't fucking with it, Joe, that's fine. It's all good. And Royce, you wasn't fucking with it if Joe wasn't involved for whatever reason. And that's fine, my guy. But let us tell it what it is. Let us know what it is.
You know what I mean? I already was at a point where this was my last time ever trying to do business with Joe Budden again. So I got love for Royce. So I said, you know what? As a courtesy, we'll do that. You know what I mean? To try to see if we can get the fans this last album. So, you know, he was like, all right, man, y'all got to talk about it. I'm like, yeah, because he's being the middleman. Joe was using Royce as a middleman to communicate with me. I didn't like that because Royce is a general. And I start feeling like, why is he trying to use this man as a foot soldier? You know what I'm saying? This dude is a general. All men are created equal. We all should be on the phone together. It's no reason you shouldn't be calling me right now. It's the biggest deal Slaughterhouse would have ever gotten. You said you gonna finance it? Dude, you think I'll trust you to finance an album when you won't even call me back? Me and Joel got back on the phone the next day and was like, yo, I was like, yo, how'd you feel about that conversation? And he said, it felt like the group was officially over. And I said, yeah, it does. You know, it's been 10 years. We bring an opportunity to the table. You know, they don't want to do it, you know, for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. You know, they're entitled.
Of course.
To you know, want to do business or not. I was like, man, this shit is pretty much over. So, you know, we sat on it for a minute. And then I called Joel back and I was like, yo, man, let's get back in there. He was like, yeah, man, let's get back in there and do something. And it was just a conversation. What are we going to talk about? And I was like, man, let's talk about all the shit that happened in Slaughterhouse. Let's talk about the good times, the bad times. Let's give the fans some closure. You know what I'm saying? And let's give ourselves some therapy. So Joel Ortiz is coming in town today, you know what I'm saying? He getting off the plane, he's landing in California, not to be on vacation, not to hang out with me, but to kill Slaughterhouse off, you know what I'm saying? The death of Slaughterhouse.
I'm just kind of in between projects right now, trying to figure out exactly what I want to do creatively. So, I don't know, I just been recording kind of random in the meantime. I was kind of banking on doing Slaughterhouse, to be honest with you. So,
to be honest, they were kind of put in a position. They didn't know that this album was coming out. So I kind of afforded them, you know, a little elbow room to be emotional and, you know, try to address it in the best way that they could, being caught off guard like that.
Me and Crook spoke every day, all the time. You know what I mean? Like, there's not an amount of money that you can give me to blindside Crooked I. I would never do it. I would never do anything to compromise what I thought our relationship was. And he did everything. He put me in every position that you can think of, just as a friend. And he's the last person that I ever would have expected that from.
Are you ready, though? Think about it, the whole Slaughterhouse universe, everybody who supports us, you know what I mean? Yeah. They're gonna feel a way. You know, some are gonna support it, respect it, some gonna love it. You're gonna get some blowback, though.
I ain't even tripping over that, to be honest with you. Like,
what you think Joe gonna say?
I'll break. I think that is exactly what Joe Budden is gonna say after he hears the entire album.
Yeah, these are just straight up diss records at this point.
To me, not you. You just an innocent bystander in this, yo.
No.
None of this is to you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's not, yo. It's not. You just catching the strays of it, but this is not to you, yo. This is a Joe Budden. This is to me.
You want me to talk about the rise and fall in Slaughterhouse? The actual truth is much different. Maybe I'll talk about it, maybe I won't, but clap it up for the guys. They got a good project out. Fuck out of here, Joe.
It sounds like I have caused hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I put the onus on me. I clearly have caused some hurt, and it's manifesting in the form of an album.
You can put out an album and air out all your grievances that you want to. You know what I'm saying? But to do it in a way that says, yo, we're totally burning this shit down. We done with it. We want y'all to be done with it. Westside Gunn reached out to me and he said, I want all of Slaughterhouse on one song and I want Joe on it too. I want to bring Joe out of retirement.
How close was the reunion on the Westside Gunn shit?
Well, they said that they were gonna do it. But it became one of those Slaughterhouse things. You know, nobody ended up turning in what they had to turn in.
I got Joe on the phone and talked him into the idea of doing it. And all he said was, I'll do it, but I got to come out to Detroit with you before Crooked and them get there. Because you know how it is rapping with Crook. You ain't rapped in a long time. Before Crooked and them get there, I want to come out there with you and just kind of like lay a few things and get myself back in the groove of doing it. But we was all set to do that.
By that time,
I think Gunn changed his mind or something, and he ended up using the same beat that we all got. He used that song with us for Armani Caesar.
Yeah, for Armani Caesar. Yeah.
Him and Armani Caesar did a joint on there. And once that floated out, I threw my verse out as a freestyle. And I told my fans and supporters, yo,
this was supposed
to be the Griselda joint that we were all going to do at Slaughterhouse. But, you know, once again, as soon as they asked me to rap, I rap. I had a joint on there. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny when Roy said that because my fans and supporters were in the comments like, dog, we've been knowing that shit wasn't going to happen.
If you truly wanted a Slaughterhouse album, this was the closest that we have ever come to doing it. And everything was going fine. And then out of nowhere, we get blindsided with this bullshit.
Where was all of this energy when niggas was trying to save the group?
Answer the question.
Energy when Crooked bring a bag to the table for us to
Joel. Get to the hotel. The lobby is on the 6th floor. You go to the 6th floor. Elevator opens. Who's the first person I see? You guessed it. Joel Ortiz.
Oh shit.
You are a fucking liar. And for you to do that to me and him,
to you and him, what? Are y'all serious? Y'all not serious, dog. Y'all not serious, dog. Y'all out here running around with a wild-ass narrative lying about me and Crook like we went and took a bag. Y'all got people saying we out here doing things for a bag. I never done nothing for a bag. Y'all know me better than that.
That is exactly.
Interesting. Standing at the door? Did he snuff you?
He's on the other side of the room.
If I'm standing in out Joel put you in the full Nelson.
He's facing the elevator. I'm facing him. And it's just that moment of
what now? Who breaks?
Yeah, no, I shook my head. Man, he shook his head. Man.
Listen, if anybody's spinning a narrative, it's y'all two, gentlemen.
What narrative?
Especially you, Royce. You out here talking about the 25%. You had 25% and you burned it down. You're doing all types of mathematical equations about fucking housing ownership and shit like that. The bottom line is this. Crooked bring a bag to the table for something that y'all ain't been fucking with for a long time, right? We've been off the label for a year. What did me and Crook, speaking our truth, fuck up in this last year that we didn't get to? While you was over potting and Royce was doing what he was doing. What happened? What did I miss? What was the big fuck up? I want to know how this got twisted up.
Joel, I love you and I want nothing but the best for you.
So then, nigga, listen to the album, man. That's it. Fuck with the album, bro.
So we talking, and he says, yeah, you know, Crook's right behind you.
He snuffed you.
What do you mean Crook's right behind me?
The full Nelson.
He's right around the corner. Like, I said, nah, man, I'm gonna just go ahead. He said, no, I mean, if you turn around, he's right there. So I turned around. Guess who's right there? Crook. You guessed it.
Fuck with the album, bro. Fuck with the album. If you want nothing but fuck with the album, man. Tell people to listen to the album, son.
Joel, that album could suck my dick. Are you kidding me?
Nigga, suck my dick. Don't go there. Don't do that.
You want me to put people to this clown show?
All right, I'm out, man. All right, one.
The fuck out of here with that shit, man.
So, you know, yo, Joe, that little comment right there, you're gonna wish you retracted that one. I'm out. One.
While I won't divulge the content of the conversation, we did have a nice long talk for about an hour where they shared their views and I shared my views. I did not FaceTime Royce in this moment. I just wanted to utilize the time to get my shit off and listen to what they had to say. And it was a good talk. I think everyone understood each other in that conversation. I mean, my stance is my stance about the project and the album and the rollout, like, but I was able to say it to their face. And they were able to respond. And we had a talk, and that was that. And who knows where it goes from there. Some of the greatest MCs, which is an art of expression, can just really fail at being expressive. Like, that's the main takeaway for me. Like, you got 4 people with 4 different views, ideologies, sets of emotions, perspectives, viewpoints. That stuff only happens to me.
But it's good, though, because, you know, when all this first started happening, what me and Ish kind of said was, you know, y'all need to have a conversation, just y'all. And even though, for whatever reason, it couldn't happen, God gonna make y'all have a conversation.
And it's funny, I said, maybe the distance, y'all not living in the same city is part of the problem, and here you go. When you end up in the same city.
In the same room.
You end up in the same room somehow.
I was happy to see him. I was happy to not fucking have to square up. It's 2 of them niggas.
Yeah, they'd have got you. They'd have got you.
I'm trying to get this low vibration shit out of my life forever. I'm in a whole nother place. I'm 6 years sober. I've been, you know, in master classes. I've been, you know, trying to better myself, get myself into a better headspace, just be a better human being, period. I need this negative triggering shit the fuck out of my life for forever. I don't want to go back to it. They can do whatever they want with it. And that was my intention. So just me symbolically tearing Slaughterhouse down out of my life. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, if they want to uphold it and they want to put it on a pedestal, they could do that all day. And they're not going to hear a peep from me. You know what I mean? But me personally, I had to get it out of my life because every single time we spoke about it, talked about it, tried to do it again, and then it didn't happen. And all the interviews and then post a fucking piece of toast on Instagram and people still like, yo, what's up? That toast is cool, but what's up with Slaughterhouse? You know, it's just too much, man.
You're over it.
I'm over it. It needs to go.
Yeah. Just say it a little bit, Bob.
They say the tongue is the perfect weapon.
All I hang around nowadays is verse perfection. I knew these 3 niggas for years, but when they each get in that booth, they make a first impression time and time again. I just want them to rhyme again on some fan shit. I used to rock boom in a hoopty on the Van Wick with my man Vic, rest his soul. Before I had a clue what Joe is like, I used to cop clues just to hear what Joe would write. Novel used to tell me and Crooked sounded so alike. A 07 XXL shoot, he came over like I'm Crook. I'm like, oh hi, pleasure to meet you, brother. 7 years later, I'm like, wow, I met my brother on a freshman cover. We saw the world together, back of that bus, fucking girls together. Got home and broke up with our girls together. Homie, this is special. Y'all rescued me from special forces back home, forced to wear 38 special, cause none of them jammed, yeah. Summer Jam was cool, but we hung in Japan. I don't think y'all niggas truly understand. I used to think my only way out of the hood was through the number man. Get drunk and pop shit about running the can. Damn, a whole lot to look forward to. Poppy, I was going through what every other thorough nigga in my hood was going through. The G code, I know is true. You throw at every one of them niggas before they throw at you. Back then I thought that made me real. Listening to myself now, that shit just gave me chills, man. Cause I'd have missed this bus. I mean this private jet, no middle seats, cause it's just us, shit. All of this cause I can spit. It's crazy how it get when you can say that shit. For the haters being a bitch like he ain't making no grip. I just bought my lady a whip without a radio hit, bitch. I'd rather talk to you niggas, cause really it could be on the way I'm off for you niggas, feel me? So let's just leave it at that. Cause if I decide to crumble paper, it ain't to rewrite raps. I got shooters on retainer that'll bring me your medulla in containers. Please be on your cool behavior, homie. And let's just leave it at that. I know I said that shit before, but I'm trying to save y'all from a war.
Yeah, you know how you got a godmother? I got a god grandmother. Addie Mae Johnson, man. I just got the phone call tonight that she passed away, man. You know what I'm saying? She went to the other side. Addie Mae, I still got that Brute cologne you bought for me for my birthday. I love you. Let me holler. I was opening up a can of Spam, putting ketchup on fake meat. Still thankful though, cause so many hungry nights I ate sleep. Talking to my cousin before I dropped him off in Grape Street. He said, Crook, who we gotta kill to get you a Dre beat? Cause I don't wanna see you on this ratchet shit these niggas is on. And how come these niggas don't pick up the phone for you to get on the song? I said probably cause I'ma pick them apart as soon as I get in the zone. And I definitely didn't condone dick riding, so I did it alone. Industry don't want a real nigga to creep in. Fuck it, I'ma sneak in. And fuck going back to that bookstore I used to sleep in. My homie let me stay on Saturday and Sunday. I used to be homeless like the weekend. Same 3 outfits, switching them shits till the weekends. Drowning in my sauce, drinking till I'm sinking in the deep end. Made myself a promise I'ma be the one in the end. With these rehabilitation bars, I'ma clean them up with the pen. Then my problems gon' be over and solved. They finally let me in that damn door. Now I hope it revolve. Let me out of this motherfucker. Too many corny ass, bitch ass, kiss ass, punk ass, buster ass, fuck ass niggas. Faggots playing hide the salami. This is a snake business, my nigga, and I ain't the swami. Nah, this is crooked. Remember, I rap circles around your favorite MC while calling George Zimmerman a bitch on cable TV in a racially profiled hoodie using BET cipher just to push my agenda. I'm Dominic Wycliffe, I'm James' son. Even though he wore a condom, I busted through and I can't forget where I came from. I keep hearing that it's real niggas in the game. I name some. All I know is rap's a circus, you're reaching again. Y'all bleaching your skin, you bastards searching for plastic surgeons to make sure that all of your facial features are thin. You're turning hip-hop to pop, you maggot singing again. Just snap your finger and spin. What the fuck you rapping for? And motherfucker Grammy just handing bitches to Macklemore. I don't need you to tell me that I'm more gifted than a Capricorn born before Christmas, get it? Y'all on some nonsense, and I'm the type to laugh soon as I hear about Donald Sterling's bitch choking on Magic's Johnson.
I'm cool, calm, collective, smooth. I come from using coupons with a true mom with infectious views. Number one, would you honor and respect the rules? I'm 5 feet 9 inches tall, but boy, when I'm standing next to dudes, it's like I'm standing on a stepping stool. Except when I'm standing with the wrecking crew. We can turn the tables if we can just make these records move. I know, it's easier said than done, but until the day that I'm done and dead, I'll be remembered by most shit being done than said. Listening to rap, you gon' hear lies told, but not from me and not on this. This one goes out to every blogging columnist around the globe. I want my rhyme flow solidified in time, so I gotta get on my grind, bro. I'm thankful for the success that I had with him, but honestly, he could have sold more records than that on his own in a blindfold. And all I'm picturing is my daddy with his arms folded, looking at me with that look like that's cool, but get your own. Confidence breeds success when it's spoke on. Then Patron comes into play, then it's postponed. For whatever reason, Shady Records still believes in us, and whatever they see in us, in the scope don't. Comments being made like niggas old and they pathetic. Now how many times have we proved niggas wrong? And how many niggas you think gon' come out of them offices and try to show up when we blow up? Some are gon' even try to take the credit. While we was doing the album, the Justice League manager was like, them niggas album ain't never coming out. Them niggas don't even like each other. Well, fuck the Justice League manager. I would tell you to tell him I said it, but talk behind backs is for amateurs, bitches, fake niggas and punks. I don't know it all, I just know how to ball and go out and get 8 figures in chunks. I'm a fucking warrior. I'm a true survivor of having death at your doorstep. Drama in euphoria. That's probably why I looked at that bottle like that's euphoria. When you an addict, nobody gotta ask if you wanna drink. That habit'll actually ask you for you, and that'll destroy you. Take it from a G. They call me a soul survivor, cause my soul then floated on to the crossroads for change more than toll for drivers. I made my oldest a promise to keep my balls off the net and stay devoted to his mama.
Let me get a nickel. Tell me what if this is big as I'm supposed to be. I'd hate for that to get confirmed. Don't take the hope from me, cause that's a deep threat. I mean, I'd like to think that I ain't take a peek at my peak yet. I got my feet wet. In '98, they said I was close to my deathbed. Bombing fluid on my cig and was a meth head. Was hard back then, ain't have a car back then. Stealing on mace had me wishing I had TVs in the headrest. Big suicidal thoughts was getting them through. Would've took my life had I known who I was giving it to. Mama screaming, listen to rules if you gon' live in this roof. In retrospect, hidden jewel, it helped me get in this booth. Now my notoriety's trumping, how incognito I try to be. Even make my bitches keep it low, they on their Nia Lee. I don't trust none of these hoes. Sad part is I'm such a tortured soul. I had that thought when I proposed. Shoot it up, bringing my hand while in my head I'm saying fuck this bitch. Makes sense that she was thinking even less of me. Got ruined in my youth when the first one got the best of me. When she said she'd never leave, then she left. Fuck y'all expect of me. That resentment only had me fucking different bitches different weeks, but most of them was bad, that made it bittersweet. Those are growing pains, call it paying dues. She killed the nigga then birthed one all with the same move. We could hit the hookah spot or do a dinner, but thanks to my baby mother, I'll bust anywhere but enter. Cause a baby for her is just a problem I'll be stuck with. Like what gives? So nah, I ain't arrogant, but my nut is, I'm scarred. Happened years ago, I'm still affected. If she suck and swallow it, she'll get high. It's pill infested, 500 proof, laced with addict deficiencies, but absent in my son, another old inconsistency. Looking at all my life's typos, just trying to remove the fat, provide the light bulb. 2 words for my enemies, die slow. Full-time pyros, we do this with our eyes closed. Word up, man. One more time for the half-wits and the simpletons. It go. 2 words for my enemies, die slow. Full-time. Fuck it. Word. My slaughter la familia. Yeah, I mean, no matter what, we rap. So let's rap. Well.
None of this shit is luxurious. We was just at an airport. We flew Ryanair. Have any of y'all ever heard of Ryanair? No, right? You know why? Because it's some bullshit. There are no assigned seats. First come, first serve in a fucking airplane.
We just gonna give you like a dose of what goes on around that airline.
Nobody should check in here. You cannot refuse my traveling when I buy my ticket with my money.
I'm pretty sure that she's not supposed to be standing up there, but she is.
They're denying the travel?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. You cannot check in here.
I'm with her.
This is, oh shit.
I said no.
Oh, she gonna go to jail.
I'm sorry, nobody's checking in.
She's
not letting anyone check in.
Look at me, I have a husband like you. You can't touch me. Trust me. No.
Joe's about to get arrested.
No, don't even say that. Oh, shit. Put that up. Come here. Didn't I just say, have you niggas ever seen Locked Up Abroad? I just said that.
I feel like Slaughterhouse is the only niggas to go through this.